Good morning. Welcome to The Wandering Drew. I am Drew. Thank you for joining me. It's a beautiful day out here in Jacksonville, Florida. It's about 60 degrees right now. It was in the 50s earlier. It's warming up to about 74. It's a beautiful day. Lots of blue skies. So great hiking weather. It's going to get a little warm, so I'm going to start shortly and do a hike. So right now I'm at the trailhead of the Pumpkin Hill Creek Preserve, and I'm going to do another trail. This is the Seven Creeks area. It's another trail that's on that designated list of the winter hiking spree. If you're not sure what that is, take a look at my other video where I explain what I'm doing and why. And just here at the trailhead, I'm the only vehicle here. There is a porta potty. There is water, but it's not drinkable. You have to treat it. It's made for horses, really. This is co-located. There's an equestrian trail here as well. There's a picnic area here. Very large parking lot, more than you need. But I imagine if you're coming with horses, you probably have a trailer. If you travel to the area, so they have to make it a very large area so you can park your trailer as well as your truck. Show you the area. This is where you come in from the road, and we'll go around this way. Just showing you, here's the gate where the main trail begins. They have a kiosk with an information board. Here's the parking lot. There's water, the big trough and a hose for your horse or a dog, I guess, if you really needed to. There are residences next door. I can hear some rooster in the background. More parking, lots of parking here for trailers and stuff. And then you have this picnic area, and adjacent to it, you have the porta potty. So I'm just gonna walk over here, show you the picnic area. So coming into the picnic area, you pass through this line of shrubs, which is pretty nice. That's the road you come in on. That's the only thing. You got cars, but it's not very heavily used. You have a bunch of picnic tables here. That is the parking lot still over there. So, but it's kind of nice that they put this little break here. I don't know if that just gives you a little bit of sense of you're out in the woods a little bit. There's a garbage can here, which is nice. A lot of the trails here don't have trash in them. You have to plan your own pack it in, pack it out. And once again, here's the porta potty. And that's it. That is the parking lot and the trailhead at Pumpkin Hill Creek. So I know it's a little hard to see because of the harsh lighting and there's plexiglass over the map, but I'm going to do on the log sheet, and this is I'm going to rant here for a little bit with my frustration. So the winter hiking spree lists this trail. I'm supposed to do the white rectangle trail. It's listed at 3.6 miles. If you come here to the information board, I'll spin you around and I'll try to block some of the light. There is no white rectangle trail labeled here. There are 4 trails that have a white marking, and that it does look like a rectangle. But none of them are 3.6 miles. If you do 3 of them together, that's the closest I can get to 3.6 miles. It's 3.7. So maybe that's it. So that's the East Loop, West Loop, and the Cedar Point connector. But if you look at the map here, and you can see I'm here. Which trail am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to do all of them? Leave out the connector, leave out the Eagle Spur? What am I supposed to do? So that's my frustration with this, especially if you get someone that's not a hiker. I mean, I'm a hiker, and I like, definitive I'm following a trail. I like to know what I'm doing and where I'm going. I'm going to show you the map that you get. This is the Seven Creeks map. Okay, it's not very useful for navigation at Pumpkin Hill because it doesn't show any of the trails we're talking about. For the actual map of the park, this is the map of the park. It's not very useful at all for navigation. So, and I'll include these photos in there. And I don't know why the map that's on this map board, the kiosk, does not appear online. It's so much more detailed. It actually lists the trails. If you're hoping that you're going to get people that aren't used to this area come out here, if you're going to have people that aren't used to this area, you have to assume they don't know the trails. And I'm not saying we need to spoon feed people, but we probably need to lessen the friction of them doing the trails. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit more description. It can just be a verbal text description. It doesn't have to be a graphic or a map. What I'm going to do is I'm basically going to do all the loops together. I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to do, I'll do the east loop, the west loop, the Eagle Spur, I think it's called. And I'm just going to put them all together. And I'll come pretty close to 3.6 or 3.7, maybe even 4 miles. The only thing I probably won't do is the little shortcut, the connector in between, because I'm going to try and make it a loop. I may still walk that anyway. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's get going. I just started and it says the main trail loop is straight ahead. I'm going to go that way and follow this down, but we're starting now. So I've come to this little trail here. I'm going to take this off. I think this is the, I guess the east loop. I'm not even sure. There's really no markings here. I'm just going by the map that I had looked at earlier. And I'm hoping that there's some markings on here eventually. But we'll figure it out. You can always turn around and come back. And it is a little narrow trail here. So shortly down the road, about another 1/10 of a mile or so, you come to this area where there's low shrubs and pine trees, but it's a large open area, and I can see I'm heading toward a pine forest straight ahead. But large open areas. Nice view. And already you can't even tell where the parking lot is, which is back that way. So, very nice. So, I've come to this road. You can see there's a sign across for hiking trails. And also, this is the Seven Creeks Trail. So, I'm going to look at my map now. I took a picture of the map at the board and figure out where I'm at. Other than that, there's really been no markings. So, what I decided to do is I came off that trail. I intersected this road here, or this other path, this trail. And this is the Seven Creeks Trail, I believe. And it also coincides with about 2 other trails. So I'm going to walk off this way because it's part of the spur. And I'm going to do that and then come right back. It's not very far. I think it's like 0.3 or something. Let me look at the map. So what I'm doing is I'm following this. This is the connector. It's 1 mile. I don't know if that's 1 mile in one direction or a half mile in, a half mile back. But I'm going to find out. So I'm going to take this down a little bit. And we'll take it to the, I think the border of the park, and then we'll turn back around. So, but this is nice to go. Most of the trails here, there's a lot of sand, so it is a little harder to, move through than dirt, but still not bad. Still walking down. You can see we're by some pine trees now, so trails got a lot. We're intersecting, and this is my first marker showing me that I'm on which trail. On that tree straight ahead, you can see right there. So here is a major intersection, I would say, of trails. So you have a sign here telling you which way to go if you're doing the Seven Creeks or you want to go up to Betts Tiger Point. There's a sign there telling you that's the way to the Cedar Point Preserve. And there's another sign which I can't read from here. And I'm going to go here because this is the trail I'm looking for. Okay, this is the Cedar Point connector. So, and you can see the 2 white marks on that tree straight ahead, and they're horizontal, and that matches the sign that was on the trail map at the front. So we're going to do this, and we'll come back this way as well. Okay, it's a very confusing place. So there's a sign here showing hikers to go this way. There is the 2 horizontal lines on this tree and a tree back there I can see. But just to show you, there's another trail right here. And that's why I say this is like a big intersection here. This trail right here, you can see the Seven Creeks Trail. And there's another sign there. And there's also markings here showing the other trails, which is the green trail, the Green Diamond. So, but I'm going to stay on this connector trail. I hope that's not confusing you too much. But really some signage would be better to follow, but I think you can figure it out. And the markings are on the tree and they're visible. So we're going to follow this trail along and see where it takes us. Yeah, just shows you got to be paying attention here. There's a crisscross of trails in this area where I just came from. So it's easy to get turned around if you're not paying attention, because the other trail is obviously a lot bigger and more well marked. And it looks like a road at first. And at the first intersection, the hiker symbol tells you pretty much go across the road. But it depends on what trail you're following, as always. A little further along, I'm still walking. But you just have these nice views. You can see that's where I started, back there. You can see the house. Maybe thing that stands out is that windsock, that bright orange windsock. But just beautiful views. I'm the only person out here, as far as I know. So far, it's going pretty good. According to my watch, I've walked 0.7 of a mile so far. So it was roughly half a mile to that intersection back there, and I've done 0.2 so far in this connector. So, and I see another marking on the tree. So you can navigate here. It's not a problem. I have seen tracks for obviously people, bicycles, and horses, which are all allowed to use the trails here. So we're sharing the same space. This trail is a little bit, definitely more broken up. It's not as smoothed out. Definitely feeling it on my ankle today. So, which is a little bit, it's not 100%, but it's getting along. I'm obviously out here doing it. So, and here you can see another marker coming up as we cross another trail. I mean, the whole area is a crisscross of trails. And this is where it gets confusing, because now the trail is telling me to go to the right for the hikers, but there's a trail still going straight. I am going to turn off because I see the two lines over there. So that's a good marker. And that post had two stripes on it, two horizontal stripes, but I don't know. So I'm assuming that it's a guide for that trail. But these two markings here on this tree right here are what sealed the turn for me, that this is the way I need to go. There's a hawk, I believe. He's the one that's making all that noise. It's a red-shouldered hawk. I've seen them down in South Florida as well. Love to see him closer. But you can see right here on this tree, I've got the two stripes, the two vertical blazes, horizontal blazes. Hear that hawk doing his call again. And once again, here's the two horizontal blazes on this tree, so I know I'm on the right trail. And another marking. But these trails just seem to run right next to each other. So it's not, if you got on the other trail, you'll still find your way. This trail, obviously, the adjacent one is the Seven Creeks Trail coming out here. So it's co-located, but it stays on the other trail, and that goes down there. And I think that's a different trail. It looks like it has a white triangle on it. So there's multiple trails here. So this is the trail that I'm supposed to do, I believe. Let me make sure I'm on the right place here. So just to show you, I walked a little further, and this is a green triangle on this trail right here, which is another one of the trails in the area. But what that means is I've probably gone too far. But the connector ends back there where the Seven Creeks Trail is. So we're gonna head back. You can see on that tree, there's a marking. I believe this is the Red Square Trail, which is a trail that also leads from the trailhead. Obviously better suited for horses probably. It's nice and wide. But this leads you back to the parking lot eventually. But we're going to turn back around because I think we've done the connector. It looks like it was 0.25 miles, so I guess it's 0.5 there and back. So we're going to take this trail back to that intersection and continue on the white trails, the spurs. And this sign here shows that hikers should stay to the right and bicyclists and horses should stay on the sandy path here. It's probably a better fit for them, and this is a little bit more rougher, as I said. So we're gonna head back now. So this is where I think the connector trail comes to an end. We've met the Seven Creeks Trail. You really got to have your map with you here. I'm just gonna pan you around. That looks like the green triangle over there. You can see the Seven Creeks Trail continues on this right here. However, and you can see the green diamond and the white over there. Sometimes they use a white spray paint and then they put the color on top of it, it seems like here. But anyway, this is telling you hikers should stay here on the dirt while horses and bicyclists should use the wider, sandier path. But there's the marking for the Seven Creeks Trail. So I guess depending on what you're going to do, if you're going to do the Seven Creeks Trail, you might want to walk on there. And this is the connector, and they're adjacent to each other anyway. We're going to take this back since we came this way, and I'm going to save that for the Seven Creeks Trail, which will be my next hike, I believe, in this area. That's the last trail I need to do. And I thought about doing it today, but I didn't want to push the ankle too much. I decided to do a shorter hike, give my ankle a little bit of a rest. I had a PT yesterday, and I did a move or two that did not agree with my ankle, but it does not appear to be injured any further. It's definitely not feeling the best, but it's doing okay. And I'm also, at the suggestion of my therapist, not wearing the brace. I am wearing the boots for support, but I'm hiking without the brace, and I gotta say it does feel a lot better. So that brace, it's not very restrictive, but it definitely doesn't feel good. So my ankle is able to move a little bit more freer, but yet the boot top is still giving it a little bit of support. So that's medical update. It's progressing, and we're just going to continue going back. It seemed like that trail was a half mile, and now I'm turning back. So it is a half mile on the connector, and I'm going to go back. It's another half mile. Jet passing overhead. So just following the trail on the way back. Nothing exciting, nothing new to see. There are other trails here. There's lots of trails. It's very easy to get turned around, and I find myself stopping and checking the map quite often. It would be really good if I had a interactive map here, just because you need to use some navigation skills. But you know, most of the trails are all intersecting, so you're not going to get too lost unless you're totally not paying attention. Crossing another little road here where this trail meets the other one, and we're heading back toward that intersection, and we'll continue on the loops. Okay, I see this sign right here telling hikers to go this way. This is the road that I came up on to get this trail, but I'm going to follow the hiking path. I'm at 1.3 miles so far, so I know I'm not back at that trail yet, but we're taking it, and I know there's a trail here that I'll come to where they intersect, so I'm not too worried about it. There's another trail going off here to the left. I think that's the one that goes back to the Seven Creeks Trail. It's just, okay, so this shows I'm on the spur now, I believe, because you can see the one blaze. Pity that's not the white rectangle, because that would be the one I would want. So this is, we're back at the loop. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to take this, actually. Instead of going back to that road, this is where I should be. And we're going to do this as we continue along the east loop, and we should come to the west loop very shortly. So that's where all these trails intersect. So I'm basically walking back to where I just was. And as indicated on the map, there is a picnic table here. So I know I'm at the intersection now where the East Loop, the West Loop, and the connector trail all meet. So I probably should have taken this trail to begin with. So that's bad navigation on my part. I'm gonna look now for the other loop. I believe it's gonna be across this road here. So we're gonna look for it. You can see a bunch of signs. That other sign is for the Wingate. This tells you where the parking area is. I see the red trail up ahead. I got the green off to my left. Seven Creeks Trail is over here. So a lot of trails intersecting. Not a lot of clear signage. Let me take a look at a map. So as best I can tell, I need to walk up this way a little bit, and then I'm gonna come to the other loop. I definitely don't want to go back that way because that's not taking me where I need to go. So by, I guess, elimination, I'm going to take this up a little bit. It looks like you go up on this trail shortly, and then I should see the other loop. The East Loop and the West Loop come together very shortly, with the West Loop going off to my left and the East Loop continuing straight and circling back around where we came. So we'll see if my navigation is good today. Okay, I walked a little bit up the trail, and I realize now, looking at the map and zooming in, that I think I needed to go off a little bit further to the right. So I know I'm on the trail with the red square, but that trail continues on in a different direction than the trail I'm looking for. So looking at the trail map, I should have gone more this way, staying in the woods. So I'm gonna go back and pick up the trail a little bit and see if I can find my way. It's all part of the adventure. Another hike right here. I'm gonna go, this is back where the trail is. Here's the single blaze. It's hard to tell. I'm gonna walk this way. Okay, maybe this guy knows where he's going actually. The other hiker, but you can see here there is a well marked trail right here, and obviously here's a trail. I'm not sure where I am now. It's very confusing. I'm hoping this is the connector loop, but we'll see.